Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the Manhood Simplified Podcast,
where with each episode, we'll be helping you unpack some of the issues to do with masculinity in the South African context.
with the hope being that by the end of each conversation we have on this show, you will be inspired to be the change that we need to see.
So today we're speaking about all things to do with toxic masculinity.
Masculinity is a performance.
We still have a long way to go in how particularly black men objectify women.
On this episode, we are looking at the link between tradition, men's mental health, and what might need to be sacrificed, what might need to change.
The notion of like the manhood, it is quite unstable. It changes.
I'm an adult, my body, my business.
We see these behaviors, we let them slide, but someone down the line will pay the ultimate price for it.
I was hoping that you'd help us, also make the distinction between sexuality and sexual orientation.
A choice without consequences is no choice at all.
Do you think enough has been done by our country's leadership?
How can a country boast of making a profit during a pandemic?
He's guilty, but he's allowed to walk free.
Our judicial system needs to self-correct.
In the redefining of masculinity, is what of it do we want to retain? Because there are really important positive things to masculinity.
Also to dispel a myth that South African men are not talking. It's a lie. South African men are talking, but no one is listening, including men themselves.
It's not so much masculinity that we have a problem with. It's when that masculinity manifests itself in toxic ways.
How would you define what a toxic form of being a man actually looks like?
By definition, hegemonic masculinity helps us to define heteronormative ways that describe and dictate what a man should be.
So when we speak about masculinity, do we include female masculinity?
We're talking about the wrong things. We're making it a gender issue when it's a human problem.
Men and women are not the same, but they are equal.
How do you move the hearts and minds of young black men to shift?
How do we break down this language to make it easier and more understandable? And until we do that, we are not going anywhere.
It's interesting you say that because that's actually at the heart of this podcast.
All of us have a duty. All of us.
The Manhood Simplified Podcast hopefully starts the conversation for you to finally end it.